I am Patrick. I'm bisexual, which means that none of you are safe from me thinking that you're pretty and being too scared to talk to you. Mittens. Whatever happened to mittens? We lost them all. That's what happened. See, there used to be this incredible invention. It was called a bit of string, and it would go all the way through your coat, and it would keep your mittens just sort of dangling by your wrist when you weren't wearing them, so you wouldn't lose them. But then at some point in my life, my parents were like, you know what, I think we can trust him to look after the mittens himself now. Sure, he may not know if he brushed his teeth this morning, and he might look people directly in the eye while he's picking his nose or his butt, or both at the same time. But let's trust him with two flappy little gloves. And so, to this day, I have not made it through a single winter without losing my mittens. I mean, gloves. I wear gloves because I am a grown-up. Grown-ups wear gloves because gloves are for fingering. I mean, whereas mittens are more. It doesn't matter. In fact, I'm bisexual, so I wear a mitten on one hand and a glove on the other. I'm ambidextrous and ambisexual. But the true bisexual representation in this world is, have you ever seen these mittens? They're incredible. They look like mittens, and then they flap back. Oh no, they're fingerless gloves, so that you can be doing all your Gen Z tasks with them. It's like mittenception. Except it's not really. Everyone says that when there's something inside something else, that it's something-ception. And it's not really, it's more like a Russian nesting doll that's pregnant. I don't drink. I don't do a lot of things actually. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't drink caffeine, I'm vegan. I'm one of those people who's like, you don't do one thing, you're boring, but you don't do lots of things, then you're boring with a backstory. And people ask me when I'm out at a party or something like that, they'll be like, so why don't you drink? I couldn't not drink myself because I need the social lubrication, otherwise I'm going to get a social rash and then I'm going to need some social ointment for my social chafing. And I say to them the same thing that I always say, which is, you've told me this 3 times tonight, I'm going home. But I kind of could tell them anything. You know, I could tell them any reason why I don't drink. Like I've got this aunt, this Irish aunt, who's missing one of her fingers. It's a very Irish affliction. They're always sort of losing bits of themselves. It's a bit like how farmers, like to keep an eye on their sheep, they'll spray paint them. You'll get like sort of drunk, distressed-looking men arriving at the school gates being like, have you seen my children? There's about 12 of them and they're all missing one eye. Growl. And my aunt will always tell you the reason why she lost her finger to teach you a lesson. She'll be like, don't pet a dog you don't know. Don't crack your knuckles when it's cold. And don't be playing pull my finger with your cousins. Otherwise, well, one day the finger will come right off, and that's the valve for your farts, Patrick. So all your farts will get sucked out of your body, be like a spaceship with vacuum. It'll all get sucked out there, your brains and your farts floating around in the void of space. Oh yeah? Yeah, well if that's the case, and that's how you lost your finger, then how come we're not floating around in the void of space right now? I'd say, in my head. Because I'm not talking back to an Irish woman who's missing a fucking finger. So that's my family. But my girlfriend's family is a lot more kind of intimate with each other. I was at my girlfriend's parents' house and we were all watching TV. And this kind of amazing thing happened. It was a bit cold, like today. But put yourselves in the mindset of being a bit cold for the last 4 fucking months. So my girlfriend got a bit cold and her dad farted on her feet to keep her warm. I'll give you more context, but this distressed me for many reasons. One was the look on her face. She looked so cozy, like she'd slipped into a hot bath. But there was a sort of, what's the word, telepathy about the whole thing. She shivered, and he'd already started lifting his butt cheek. She slid her feet along. He lifts them up, she gets her feet under, she slides it under. It's like an action replay. It's VAR. Just came on with that right now, keeping that. I like that. So he got down on her feet, and you got to create a seal with these things, otherwise it's like I'm eating on a window open, it's pointless. And he just guffed on her feet to warm her up. It would have been wholesome if it wasn't so wholesome. But my girlfriend's mum is actually a retired GP, and she's quite intimate with us as well. But one time she found something. We were on holiday, and we'd all gone climbing up this castle. They're boring, by the way. And she decided that she was going to take our pulses, because just climb some stairs. And she said to me, Patrick, you've got an irregular heartbeat. That's not how your heart should sound. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor sort of checked me out, and he did the thing, he puts the rubber glove on, and then I found out how little mittenless fingers got inside the mitten in the first place. It was not pleasant. And he said to me, Patrick, you have something called Graves' disease. See, it turns out that my whole life I've had this chronic autoimmune condition, and I just thought that I was in my mid-30s in an angry, angry world. And it made me wonder, what things did I think were true about myself? But actually, it just turns out that I'd been ill my whole life. Like, maybe my boyfriend when I was a teenager broke up with me, didn't actually break my heart. My heart was just fucked to begin with. And maybe I'm not even bisexual. Maybe well, it's a good job that I've kept my options open, at least. You know what they say? You should never quit your gay job. But I can use this, as you know, when you find out you're ill, you're like, how can I use this to justify my shitty behavior? And I'm going to stretch this out. And I'm going to be like, babe, I know that we watched Breaking Bad last year, but I was ill then, and I need to know if I would still like it now that I'm heavily medicated. It's for science, bitch. No, wait, sorry. It's for science. So stop being such a bitch. I'm Patrick.